Hello traders, Nick Shaheen here looking at Boeing stock. I don't even remember ever doing a video on Boeing. Anyway, I had a few questions about time. This is a company disclosure. I used to love the fact that it was the ultimate buy to dip. We've had periods of time where there was terrible news, way like years ago, and the stock will dip for like 10 minutes. Because the idea on Wall Street is that they have, a pipeline down 10 years long. So sold out, and they only have one competitor who is also sold out. So in this case, you buy the dip. But this has changed last year. Clearly, from tragic events, people died, and since then, just management completely boggled it, in my opinion. So, having said that, just now, today, like minutes ago, we had another dip. I think it's down to 2%, maybe. It was down 2% or so on another headline of yet. So it was a 3% dip on the trade of some failure in something software. Who can keep track anymore? In a test. So it fell off of the markets are open. So it fell off of a cliff, a short-term cliff. This is a 30-minute chart. So somebody asked me, so what does the chart tell you? For me, we just lost a level that was important to hold. That was a hold for a while, a recent while. And now we're testing the last bounce levels, and this one dates back to December, somewhere around 323, 320 and change. So we're coming into it, and I see that I do have a box here drawn from a long time ago, so I would have to zoom out to see. So I'm going to start zooming out to see if I can start discerning levels. So it looks like it's a long-term level. I'm going to reset the chart at a daily. So now we're looking at one candle per day, and we're looking at 1 year's worth of data, and it's still not enough. So this level has played a role for a while, and I'm going to go to 1 week, and now we can see why. So this is about 3 or 4 years worth of data. Each candle is 1 week, and today is Friday, so that's almost a full week worth of data. There again, they're trying to test it. So it's not a hard line in the sand. I drew it as a zone. Clearly, it's not a complete capture of the zone because it had lower levels and higher levels. So, but it tells me that it has been a pivot point from here back in 2018 it looks like. I zoomed in more than a couple of years then. So, and it's trying to keep the bottom not to be lower. That's great until the bottom opens. And if it does, eyeball at least to here, but here would be a stopping point. 311 would be a stopping point, whatever that low. 293 would be a stopping point. I'm sure the 300 zone would also be. It's a round number. People like it. But technically it will be much lower. So here's my take. I don't blindly buy the dip anymore in Bank of America, in Boeing. I used to sell puts or put spreads. I'm scared because I don't know what the headline is going to be. However, having said that, it's not a short. That's not the same as shorting it. It's just being cautious with it because there's going to be the headline of the 737 MAX is going to fly again sometime this year. Most likely at the end of the year, then in the beginning of the year. So until that headline goes away, it's impossible to short because as soon as that headline comes out, any good news, real good news. It doesn't have to be a signed deal, as we learned, right? How many times did they celebrate the China deal? Signed. We got a deal. Pop, 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 pop. And then they pop on the signature, even though it's, quote, priced in. It's never fully priced in. It prices itself in and again and again and again, like the Greek deal. Way back then, if you remember, Greece, market tumbles. Greece, market tumbles. And then 9, 10 times, we have a Greek deal. We have a Greek bailout. So same here. The 737, we're probably going to start seeing these headlines before they actually take it out. Where it is, sources close to the matter say, all this BS headlines from the media, they're all bullshit. So just know that it's going to happen in many waves. So I can't short it with conviction. So that's my opinion on Boeing. So I can't short it. I can't trust the long. And if I am long, I want to protect myself because this management team, I know this guy's new, and the old guy, the GOAT, they threw him to the wolves and they said, it's all on you, dude. I I don't know if it was all on him. It sounds like the whole company needs a little shaking. And like somebody said today to me, that their software development team is probably in shambles, but that probably extends to everybody. Everybody's shaken. Can you imagine working for the company? My goodness. So it's a mess corporate-wise. The chart is okay unless they lose the floor, and the floor is a zone, not a hard line. I don't short it. I don't blindly catch a falling knife. I think we will get a better entry price. We, the proverbial we. So, nothing here is a recommended trade of any kind, but if it falls, I bet you it's going to fall hard to where somebody would make sense. Okay, the math works out now. What if they cut the dividend? What if this? What if the cash flow becomes terrible? The order flow was negative last year, so they had more cancellations than orders. So, and apparently that hasn't happened in 10 years. So that's a significant change. So I can't blindly just buy the dip anymore in this company that used to be so that's a monthly chart there. So it was a monster, and now it's stalling. That's fine in the long run. See, what happens is they break out from way back then at $157, and then they stall, they consolidate, or they fall, and then they do a second run almost as big as the first run. ABC moves, whatever you want to call them, you wave analysts that are geniuses at it. I mean, they can pinpoint it, but I can tell you that a burst and a consolidation, even a fall, is nothing to avoid in the long run. So it could still get up to $500, maybe in 2 years, but they need that one headline to get out of the way. Get that headline out of the way. I wouldn't short it. I would buy the dip, but no longer blindly. So I did a monthly chart here. If I wanted to put one number, is 292. That's one number that sticks to my mind. I would buy the dip at 292, or consider it, unless I have newer information. That's a place where they should hang on to it. Who's they? Whoever bought it here, they made this much money, in theory. So if it goes back to here, they're going to say, hey, last time I bought it here, I made money. So they're going to buy it. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. Not buy it. I'm going to put an alert. Wake me up if it gets there. Okay? So this is my opinion on Boeing. I don't know what's going on in the company, and I don't think the company knows. It's starting to sound like GE. It's not, but it's starting to sound like GE. Nick signing out.